Hello, welcome to Let's Get Down to Business with the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. We are here to give a voice to our local business owners, entrepreneurs, and community leaders to strengthen and support our local business community and to share the wisdom and experience of longtime business leaders and the fresh ideas and experiences of new entrepreneurs. So let's get down to business.
Hi, my name is Daphne Thompson. I'm the president of the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. Today on Let's Get Down to Business, I am super excited to introduce Rob Gruber from Good Time Games. Welcome, Rob.
Thanks for having me.
So, Rob, we all know that you are absolutely amazing in everything that you do, but would you mind just telling us a little bit more about why you are so absolutely amazing?
I don't know that I'm doing anything other than everything that making something happen for the kids that I would have wanted to happen when I was a little kid. So I'm not really a genius. I just, it's everything 9-year-old Rob wanted to do when I was a kid. So I come up with some programs. I have Good Times Games. We play lots of stuff. We do summer camps. We have, a full candy bar. We do licensed gear. We have trading card games, board games, all kinds of fun stuff. We do live action swords and sorcery, which is something fairly unique to our little store here that I'm at least I'm finding. There's lots of places that do live action swords and sorcery, but it's usually geared towards adults. And for us to involve kids as young as 5, boys, we've got boys and girls that are amazing sword fighters at 5, 6, 7 years old. Yeah, we do a lot of unique things, and we dream up a lot of crazy ideas. And we're so lucky that we've got a community like Prince Rupert that supports and encourages that kind of creativity instead of stifling it. They just let me run wild. I come up with crazy ideas and everybody applauds and cheers it on. So it's super. I'm super thankful. I definitely appreciate doing business here in Prince Rupert. I never really considered myself a businessman. I'm just kind of a dreamer, more so.
And how did you come to Prince Rupert?
I'm born and raised. My mom was born and raised here as well. So we've got long-standing roots here in the community. My dad came to Prince Rupert when he was 10, and then shortly after met my mom, and then I came along. Me and my brother, we came along shortly after that. So I'm born and raised. I went to trade school. I started out things as a pipe fitter and a plumber and a gas fitter. But this was kind of always my dream, even from when I was a kid. I kind of wanted, my brother and I both wanted to have a game store. My brother picked out the name Good Times long before the store was ever here. He trademarked it or registered it so that if we ever needed it in the future, it was available to us.
That's pretty cool. So he kind of paved the way for the name. But as far as I know, there's also cards named after you of the Wayfinder.
That's right. Well, that's a little bit different. That's Rob as a player. I was at a big tournament in Indianapolis, and I played in a game called Hero Realms, and it was what they called their first Legends tournament. So they were inviting players, and the winner of that tournament, I don't recall how many players there were, but there was lots. But the winner of that tournament got to be the first card that they made a person into a card for their game. So I ended up winning that tournament and was so proud to have my Elf King turned into Gruber the Wayfinder. And now it's a promo card. It's actually a pretty good card. So it's pretty highly sought after. It's expensive on eBay even to find a Gruber card now. But yeah, that's one of the coolest things that's ever happened in my life, to be honest.
That is really cool. It's definitely something that not everyone can say, hey, I'm a collectible card.
Yeah, I know. I'm very lucky. I know the guys that make the game too. A couple of the guys that are on the team there that designed the game, and they were totally cheering for me the whole time too. They were like, "Yeah, man, we want this store owner guy on to be one of our cards." It was really neat.
But talking about that, the store has also won quite a few awards, specifically at GAMA and a few other institutions. Tell us about that.
Yeah, those are some pretty big accolades for my little store. Good Times was named the 2019 GAMA winner of the Outstanding Organized Play Award, which is huge. It's global. I was up against 21 other stores from all over the world, and it was just I was happy to just be even considered. And then when we won, that was amazing, and that kind of it was focused on our unique programs, our swords fighting, our swords and sorcery program that we do with the kids and adults every year, and our major Dungeons and Dragons program, I think, contributed to that. We've got what it's called the Heroes of Hawthorne, which is a kids program, and there's been over 400 kids that have played Dungeons and Dragons here at the store through that. And then now I've got, for the past 6-7 years, I've had the Ladies of Hawthorne, which is a group of women aged 20 to, I think we've got some grandmas. I think there's some that are over 70 that play with us regularly. And that's pretty amazing in itself as well. And then we've got a bunch of adults, different adult groups. We've got some young adults that are playing in a regular campaign here. And I've got my friends and some guys that I grew up playing with all my life that are playing as the bad guys and the bad humanoids. And that's super fun. It's all created in store here. So everything's either my team, Olivia, Jacob, my son, or myself. We come up with a lot of the things. And I've got two young guys that grew up playing D&D here as well, Aspen and Zach, and they take the reins and run some kids programs and create some adventures for them as well. But those are what kind of put us on the radar for winning that award. And I was sitting with a really good friend named Gil, and he was like, dude, if you don't, and he was nominated too, which is crazy, for that same thing. And we're sitting together when they were announcing the finalists, and he's like, dude, if you don't win it, I'm gonna flip the table. And I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, why? He's like, there's like 21 in the category, and there's 20 just like me, and then there's you. He's like, like we should be celebrating that difference and that kind of uniqueness. And I was almost in tears, to be honest. It was crazy when they said good times. I was blown away. I was speechless when I got up there, and I'm usually pretty easy with the words. So.
And that award is even more special because you're the only store with basically a population of just over 10,000. The rest is more about 100,000, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a pretty small market for sure. And those stores, like my friend Gil, he's in New York, right? So he's got 2 million people within 20 minutes of his store that he can market to, and that he can promote to and sell things to. Even just foot traffic, there's probably more foot traffic walks past his store than lives in Prince Rupert. So yeah, it was nice to be recognized for sure. And I did a seminar there. They had me host a seminar at Gamma as well, and it was hugely popular too. They put me on a day. They thought, first time, maybe people don't know who you are, we'll give you a small room. And it was standing room only. Like, everybody was there just to, because we do so much different here as a game store at Good Times. It seems to be, the more stores I see and the more I'm in this industry, the more unique we appear at Good Times. And I think Prince Rupert, we've always just been here. Everybody expects the same thing as Good Times when they go to another town. I've had families move away and they're like, hey, Rob, where's the Good Times in this place? I'm like, it's going to be I don't want to disappoint anybody, but there's only one Good Times, and it's here. And it's tough to duplicate those same programs elsewhere.
Would franchising be on the table for you?
Well, I mean, I'm the first guy to tell people that they can take my ideas and run with them. I share them on a number of different store owner Facebook groups and different forums and things. But I think it's tough because I think a lot of it comes down to me and Olivia and Jacob. I think it's just our culture that we've put into here. And I know there's lots of guys come from other places and they're like, wow, this is unique. This is a one of a kind place. And I think it's because of us. I think it's, it's all about the people that work here and the people that do play here and those that help us. Even the guys that don't work here any longer, they help run different games, and we trust them to do that and to kind of be emissaries for the store. We've just got great people. Prince Rupert is an amazing place, and it just has amazing people. And I don't think I'd want to, I could plot myself in Arizona, or I could dump myself in Northern California or somewhere and probably do just fine, just because I'd have, but I'd be restarting. But I think I just love doing it for Prince Rupert. And I think half of it is because everybody's behind me. When I'm marching down the street dressed up like Elf, everybody's cheering, like it's not a weird thing. Everybody's celebrating the fact that the guys, the kids are all dressed up, they're having fun, and we just make it fun here and unique and different and inclusive. There's nobody ever going to get picked on. at good times. It's just we try to include everybody and have fun, give everybody a chance to imagine and to dream and to be kids, and we don't want anybody growing up faster than they have to.
And tell us then a little bit more about the variations and the different kind of kids programs that you do have.
Yeah, I mean, we run weekly kids programs. The after school Pokemon is huge. Friday after school, we're a full house for Pokemon. We've got a great game room downstairs. I've got 2 young trainers that will teach brand new kids how to play. And we've got 12 decks built that you don't even need to have anything. You can just show up and sign up and play. We've always got a prize for everybody that comes. Doesn't matter if you win all your games, lose all your games, or even if you just show up and want to do a coloring page and you don't feel like playing, you just want to be there for the social. Everybody gets an equal chance at winning a prize, and the best prize. You don't have to, you don't have to be champion to win the best prize. We've got boys and girls as young as 5 at Pokemon. Some of them can't even read, and they're trying to manage, make their way through their cards and things like that. So we've got, things like that, but we've also run a whole slew of really awesome summer camps, which all of them kind of involve our swords and sorcery program at the courthouse. And special shout out to Mike Ringer, the sheriff, who gives us kind of the green light to use the courthouse lawns for all our battles. Sometimes there's 3, 4, 5 battles a week going on there, and they just love having us. Love hearing that war horn blowing when I'm starting battles with the conch. Yeah, so summer programs are huge for us. We've got gamer camps, which is great for kids as young as 5 as well. We'll teach them to play some popular kids board games, have some fun. We do dinner and a movie, those kind of things. So parents can go have dinner at Breakers, drop their kids off with Rob. We'll watch The Hobbit or something, have some pizza, get in our onesies and have a great time doing that. We've also got Dungeons and Dragons camps all summer long, and those fill up fast. A lot of times in May, when I announce the summer camps, some of those weeks are full before the end of May. So they happen pretty quick. We do adventures different, sometimes we'll do 4 or 5 different adventures over the course of the summer. So kids can play multiple weeks and join us for multiple weeks, or have multiple chances to play an adventure. If there's one that, I'm out of town, I don't want to miss the one against the Wyvern. Well, it'll run twice or run 3 times kind of thing. And then we've got, Magic the Gathering happening. My good friend and guy that works here on the regular, Ryan Last, runs Magic for us, and he's actually a Pro Tour qualified player. So he's a judge, so he's a great guy, great ambassador for that game. Pokemon Magic, we've also got a new game called Flesh and Blood, which is another adult kind of geared one, and we sent 3 guys to nationals. So some guys playing to be the best in Canada right out of Prince Rupert, which is really cool. And we do lots of miniature war games as well. We've got probably, I know my BattleTech guys will say it, I always say it too, we probably have the most active and dynamic and exciting BattleTech group in North America. And even the guys that make the game are kind of watching what we're doing here, because it's like, it blows their minds. A little place in the middle of nowhere. It's got weekly events happening for BattleTech. That's a great one. Star Wars, lots of X-Wing stuff happens on the regular as well. We try to jam events as much as possible, and still trying to get some home time and some time with friends and things like that as well. I could probably book myself 24 hours a day if I let it happen.
And over the festive season, do you guys have any programs?
Yeah, over the holidays when the kids are out of school, we'll have both a Dungeons and Dragons camp and a Gamers Kid camp running 2 weeks. So we've got some young crew going to help me to run those. Well, I'm going to try to be on the sales floor for most of that. So I've got a young crew going to administer. My son's going to run the Dungeons and Dragons. He's probably one of our best DMs. He's just a good storyteller. He gets it. Maybe it's genetic. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to run that. And then the rest of the team's going to run the gamer camp. And then we've got a BattleTech special event, a couple of them coming up in December as well. There's a couple Magic special events. We got a kids Magic event happening this weekend. And then Ryan's setting up for our, what's called a qualifier. So it's a RCQ, which is a regional qualifier for Magic. So we'll qualify someone for a bigger event, probably takes place in Vancouver. And that's coming up as well. So we got lots on the go. There's always lots going on.
And so we've spoken quite a bit about the programs for kids. What are the programs for adults? You did mention the Dungeons and Dragons for ladies. What else?
Yeah, well, there's more than 80 women in that ladies group, so that's a pretty dynamic, exciting. And I want to say, like, let's say there's 80 women. I think 79 came to me not even knowing what they were coming to. They just heard there was food and a good social. So yeah, the ladies Dungeons and Dragons program. We've got a couple of adult groups as well for both men and women. We do X-Wing and Battletech. Battletech's probably a great one if someone's looking for something fun to do. You don't need to have any product to come down. You can, like, we've got more than enough for you to give it a try and see if you love it, and just meet the guys, meet the players, and just have a good time. We'll walk you through your first game. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to have anything. Just all you got to do is want to have some fun and just come down, roll some dice, blow some stuff up.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, you know, these are 100-ton robots blowing each other up with missiles and lasers and sometimes just chopping each other with pulling an arm off another guy and hitting another robot with it.
Are most of these programs that you do in person, or are they also some online?
They are mostly in person. We did do some of the Dungeons and Dragons online. We do have some Zoom ladies that moved away and still want to play, so they Zoom in. So we do have a little bit that's online, but I gotta admit, I'm not very good with technology. I always tell the kids I can't even turn on my Xbox. Yeah, I'm just an in-person kind of person. I like, if I'm gonna play something social, I want to be in the room with you, enjoying it. You know, there's not enough time in the day to spend on I'm online too much as it is, just administering the business. So, but when it's time to play, I want to do it in person.
There is a different kind of dynamic with in-person event versus online. So how did Good Times actually start?
You know, I want to give all credit to my son. When he came along, I was always a gamer. I played Dungeons and Dragons with my friends, and I did you know, other trading card games and stuff long before Good Times was here. So I was a gamer to start out with. But when my son came along, I wanted, you know, he's an only child, so I wanted him to have a whole room full of friends, and I wanted to use it kind of as a reward, because him and his friends, they were basketball players and they were swim club guys. So I could always, like, hey, if you guys have a great swim meet, you know, we'll play D&D. We'll have everybody stay over. We'll play D&D all night. So I was that dad that could make that happen, because that was just who I was. And it started out like that. I was running events for him and his friends, and you know, then I'd get parents asking me, hey, you know, my son heard about this thing at school that's going on. Is there any way you can get involved? So we started doing other things and inviting more people, and I'd hand out flyers and just build on it. Luckily, this building that Good Times is in, my dad owned the building, so I always had a little spot downstairs where I would play with my friends, and that started out as like the Good Times program started down there. And as Jacob got older, we just did more and more things, and I started getting so big. Some of our events were so big on the weekends that I'm like, man, I got to open a store. I was just buying things on my credit card so that we'd have stuff to offer to parents. You know, parents were like, hey, I want to get some of this stuff for Christmas, and I'm like, well, you know, I'll bring in some cases, I guess, and just mark it up enough to make it go. And that's really how it started right there. It was just a bunch of creative ideas and different games that everybody found fun, and we just built on that. We started expanding, and then when the time came in 2006, 2007, the spot came available. This spot where we are now, there was a Curves ladies gym in here, and when that closed up, I thought, you know, if I let that spot fill, I'm never going to do it. And we just pulled the trigger right from that point, and never looked back. You know, always look forward. I haven't run out of ideas. I got things that I still want to do that I haven't even been able to implement. I've got a million ideas still waiting in the hopper to go. So,
well, that's always, I love how the business actually started very organically. It came from a place of passion. It came from a place of real enthusiasm and doing what you love. Oh
yeah, I wake up every morning and I wonder, is it too early to go to work? I do love coming to work. I tell my wife all the time, I'm probably the happiest guy on earth now that this is all I do here. I just love coming to Good Times. I think our whole staff, Olivia and Zach, Aspen, Jacob, everybody loves being here. So, days off, everybody's still here kind of thing.
Do you still play yourself as well in tournaments?
Well, I mean, I always say that my game now is game store owner. I'm trying to win that one. I'm always trying to push the bar higher and have bigger attendance and do better and just, so that's kind of my game now. I do play a little bit with the BattleTech guys because it's a game I love, and I do play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons because I DM for all the ladies groups. I'm the storyteller for all the ladies groups, so I do play quite a bit still, and I'll do birthday party, Dungeons and Dragons birthday parties and those kind of things. So I still get to play quite a bit. I always say that, opening a game store, if you're opening a game store thinking that you're going to play more stuff, all you end up doing is facilitating play for others, mostly, if you're good at it. And I love that. I'm more than happy to see happy players. I'm more than happy to see an event run seamless and, crown a champion and take pictures and hype things up. For me, that's fun and exciting and exhilarating. I love that part. I don't need to, really every game I lose does something for the store, positive. So, I'm not going out here to win anything. I'll play because people like playing against me. I like to think I'm pretty fun. So, I'll try to play for those reasons, but I'm not ever going to try to win. If I go to a trade show or something, I might try to, if there's like a card on the line or something like that, I might try to win there. But I win if everybody's having fun here at Good Times. And then that's the best prize.
So how do people enroll in some of the programs?
Just stop in and find out more. If it's for kids, we need to get a waiver and a contact list on file, and then we can add you to the various Facebook groups for the different games, different events. But really, it's just dropping in, finding out our schedule. Most of the stuff gets posted right to my Facebook page or right to the store Facebook page. Usually Monday, I announce what's going on for the week, and we take it from there. After we kind of sift through birthday parties and different things like that. But yeah, we're at 302 2nd Avenue West. We're easy to find. If you see me in the grocery store, you can always hit me up there. I'm always available. I'm easy to find. I'm pretty easy to find.
And before we close off, what is one of the tips that you can give to the business community here in Prince Rupert?
Well, I think for me, at least, I'm not really a businessman, but for me, I think if you find something you love doing and you're excited about and you're passionate about and you've got the energy, you want to dump energy towards, that's going to help you. If you're opening something because you need a job or you're trying to make a living, that might not be the ticket. You have to love doing what you're doing. And if you love it, and if you're passionate about your products and you know about the things you're dealing with, you're going to do well. And people are it's like a domino effect. When you're excited and enthusiastic, the people around you will be as well, and your staff will be, and then the people coming in the store, they're going to come in regularly because you're happy and excited about what you're doing, and people are going to be proud of you, and if you're humble and thankful and appreciative, those are great qualities to have running a business. Like, I can't say how thankful I am to Prince Rupert just for us being here, just for you guys letting me do exactly what I love and what I think I was put on the planet for. And for that, I'll forever be grateful. And that's why I'll keep going the distance for Prince Rupert. You need someone to lead the parade dressed up like a fairy, I'm the guy. I'll do it. Dunk tank, raise money for something, I'm there. I'm never going to say no. I'm never going to say no, because I appreciate that I get to do what I love every day for the rest of my life. It's pretty basic, pretty simple to me.
Well, I'm sure that the community also feels the same way. It is always an exciting time for me when I walk into the store, and it's always fun speaking to you and getting the messages on Facebook. So yeah, definitely. But thank you so much, Rob. It is such a pleasure to chat to you, and thank you for being on Let's Get Down to Business.
Thanks for having me.
So my name is Daphne Thompson, and I'm the president of the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. This was Let's Get Down to Business.
Thank you for listening to the Let's Get Down to Business with the Prince Rupert and District Chamber of Commerce. If you would like to be featured as a guest on a future episode, please email us at rupertchamber@gmail.com or direct message us on Facebook or Instagram at Prince Rupert Chamber.